Hey guys, if you got to this video, that means that you were reading my blog, specifically the part about global Unicast addresses, the configuration of it. There are two methods, as I was saying, or as I wrote. The first one is called the stateless address auto configuration. That is so-called the automatic way of doing it. It is stateless, or we have the stateful, which is a manual. In this video specifically, we will talk about the difference between the two. When we say that the address will be automatically configured by the stateless address auto configuration method, does not per se that you will that the address will be 100% automatically configured. You still have to enter the CLI and enter a few commands in order for that to happen. The difference is that on the manual, you will enter a specific value for the interface ID. The last 64 bits of the address is the interface ID, and if you want for it to be a specific value, you will enter it manually. If not, you can use the stateless auto configuration method, and that will be handled for you. We're gonna show you the difference between those two now. Remember that for the first 48 bits of the global Unicast address is the global routing prefix. We don't have any control over that. It is assigned to us, and it is. In this example, we're going to be using the example 2001 column just to make it easier. We do have control over the next bit, the next field, I'm sorry, which is the subnet field. We are not going to touch that field in this video. We are going to be concerning ourselves specifically with the interface ID, which again is 64 bits. Let's do it manually first. Let's go ahead and enter into global configuration mode. Let's get under our interface. Let's show that we haven't configured any IPv6 addresses at all on Fast Internet 0. And now let's go ahead and do it manually. IPv6 address. Remember that we don't have any control over the global routing prefix, which is this. And then we're gonna say that we want the interface ID to be 1. Just to make it simpler, just 1. We're gonna say what are the /64, and then all we need to do is hit enter. That is it. If we show the interface again, we will see that this time there's the address that we specified. There's another address here that wasn't there before, as you can see here, and it was done automatically. This was done completely automatically, but we're going to talk about that later. This is not a global Unicast address. This is a link local address. We're going to be talking about that later. The address that we did enter into this interface was 2001::1/64, and that is exactly what we have here. So that is the manual way. We want a specific value to be assigned to this interface, so we went ahead and did it manually. This time we're gonna go ahead and do it using the stateless address auto configuration method. No IPv6 address to show IPv6 interface brief, and again we don't have any addresses configured on Fast Internet 0/0. Now let's go ahead and use the automatic, quote-unquote automatic method. IPv6 address. We still need to use the global routing prefix assigned to us, 2001, but this time we're gonna leave the IPv6, the interface ID empty before we enter 1 as an example. This time we're gonna leave it empty because the method, the stateless address auto configuration method will take care of that on our for us. /64, and now as you can see, the command is almost the same as the manual command. The only difference is that we assign the value for the interface in this command. We are not doing that on the stateless address auto configuration method. So we need to specify that we do want to use that EUI64 method. We hit enter. Now we do a do show IPv6 interface brief, and this time we see the same link local address, and this time we see a complete um, interface ID that was entered by the automatic method that we just used. Um, I wasn't going to talk about that EUI64 method, but because it is the exact same value, I don't want you to get confused. What it does is it uses the interface's MAC address, 48 bits, it splits it down the middle, and it sticks FFFE right in the middle, as you can see there, and then flips the 7-bit. That's all I'm going to say about that now. We are going to talk about the EUI64 method later on in a video. Okay. I think that was understood. If it wasn't, leave questions. Thanks, bye.